Well, so today I'm driving the mild hybrid version of the Grand Vitara. Now, you've already seen my in-depth video review where I've told you about the seats, the space and stuff like that. What are the big differences of the mild hybrid with the full hybrid? Well, the seat color is a little different, and there's a little bit of extra design on the hybrid version. This one doesn't have that. That's all black, of course, and this one has this dark brown, or you can call it burgundy shade. So that's the only major difference. Of course, some features are missing on even the top of the line version, which that car gets. You do get a sunroof and automatic headlamps and cruise control and stuff like that, but some features are missing. But really, that's the only major difference. How is this car to drive? Well, I have to say that if you've ever driven a Brezza, then you will have that sense of deja vu about yourself when you drive this car, because the drivetrain is the same. It's got that mild hybrid tech, which means you get a small battery at the back, and that gives you a little boost of torque when you really need it to overtake slow moving vehicles. So that's the only thing over here. It's not got that full heavy duty battery set like the full hybrid version does get, but it's a good car to drive. Don't get me wrong, it's a good car to drive. 103 bhp of power and about 134 Nm of torque, so very similar figures to the Brezza. But I think that the one point where this car is really very good is that the ride comfort is absolutely brilliant. Yes, the ride on the Grand Vitara is totally comfortable. It's one of the best cars in the segment for sheer ride comfort, and even the chassis, it begs you to have a little more power. I think Maruti should offer you some kind of a turbo engine, some kind of extra bit of power, because this engine is decent, but the chassis is so good that you will want that little bit of extra power, to keep you engaged and to just get that great feeling. Ride comfort, as I said, is good. The engine itself is quite responsive. It's also supreme in terms of refinement. It's a very refined engine, very, very good in terms of refinement. Fuel efficiency, well, I've been getting figures of about 12 and a half. I was getting about 10 when I got this car. Then I turned everything to reset mode. The trip meter was sent back to 0, and 80% of this has been in city driving, around 20% to 25% on the highway. But I think 12 and a half isn't bad at all. I've driven this car for about 300 kilometers in the last 10 days, and I've kept it, so it is quite good in that department as well in terms of fuel efficiency. How is the visibility? Visibility is also quite good. The side mirrors could have been a little better, but front visibility is good. Visibility from this mirror here is quite okay, so no issues in that department. And how is the 6-speed automatic gearbox? Well, it's the same torque converter unit which you find on the XL6 and a host of other Maruti Suzuki cars. So again, it's a tried and tested motor. It's a very good motor in terms of reliability, because it's already been tested, and it's decent in terms of operation as well. You of course get paddle shifters over here behind the steering wheel. If you use these pedals, the gears go up and down, and they're quite seamless to operate, both the upshifts and the downshifts, so no major issues over there as well. I'm sure by now all of you are aware that Woodmo are the online expert when it comes to spare parts, and the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a large generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog, and the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall. So check them out today. Check out the app. It's available both for iOS as well as Android devices. Well, so is the Grand Vitara really a car for keen drivers? Well, with 103 bhp, Maruti Suzuki have truly tuned and engineered this car more for city driving. If you drive this car in a relaxed manner within city limits, you'll be more than happy. This really is a car for sensible and sober drivers who drive in a very sensible way and don't really like quick acceleration. Out there on the highway, it does do its job well, and you can expect decent acceleration, and it is a decent car out on the highway conditions as well, but don't really again expect too much out of it in terms of the overall dynamics as well as the performance. It really is a car which is 80% for the city and 20% for those occasional highway trips. The best point though, as I said before, is of course the ride comfort, and even the handling is quite good. Maruti Suzuki should definitely think of launching a turbo version of this car sometime soon. Well, so this car's base price starts from around 10.5 lakh rupees ex showroom, and before you say what do you get in that car, well, it does come with some very good equipment, like you get 2 airbags, you also get automatic climate control, and you also get traction control as well as the mild hybrid tech even on the base version of the car, the Sigma version of the car. Now unfortunately, Maruti does not sell the mild hybrid version in the top of the line versions of the car like they do on the hybrid, but that means you miss out on some features like wireless charging for mobile phone. You also miss out on a completely digital cluster, and of course tire pressure monitors is also something you will miss out on, along with cool front seats, which is, I think, a very important feature in adding a sense of luxury. I think in overall terms, in totality, if you really are on a tight budget and if you don't want to spend 21 or 22 lakhs on the full hybrid, then this is a good package. The base version, which is the Sigma version, also is quite decent in terms of pricing. And you might say, well, what does the base version get? Well, the base version surprisingly gets automatic climate control, it gets traction control, it also gets the hybrid system. So some of you who are planning to buy maybe the Brezza or the mid-spec version of the Brezza and you have a waiting period of 6 months or 9 months, they could choose this one, because remember, the Brezza now doesn't come with the hybrid tech on the base versions. This one still gets it, and that's why the fuel efficiency is quite decent. So yes, you could choose this car ahead of the Brezza, and I would definitely recommend a bigger car, maybe in a lower trim like the Sigma, but definitely a bigger car because you get more space, more comfort, and of course better driving dynamics, not to mention the social standing that you get when you drive a better set of wheels. So that's something there. Now this particular version, of course, is the Alpha, and is the Alpha automatic, and it gets decent features. There's a decent host of features on offer, but I miss cool front seats. That's something that they should have offered, which is available on the hybrid, but not the Alpha, but the top of the line hybrid. But they should have offered you cool front seats on this car, and that's the only major feature which I can think of that is missing on the mild hybrid version or the smart hybrid version of the Grand Vitara. Other than that, I think it's quite a well-rounded package. Yes, you would have definitely wanted a little more power, but in life you don't get everything, and every car has its own unique positives and negatives, and I think this one has more strengths than weaknesses. I would definitely recommend a buy. Check it out at a dealership near you, and even the smart hybrid is quite a good package. Thanks guys for watching. If you have seen it till the end, please like. If you haven't liked the video, give us a dislike. Definitely write something in the comments, and do follow me on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter.